What's happening, guys? Today we talk about where the dyslexic world is heading and what help out is there out there for dyslexics like me, dyslexics like you to get there, and kind of what stops us accessing the help and what can we do to really access it and really overcome all of our challenges. Guys, I really hope you enjoy this, and if you do, please subscribe, please comment and send me a message. I would so love it, and share this to your friends too if you feel it will be valuable to them. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoy today's podcast. So the big question is this: how can dyslexics like us create a place, a community, a tribe where people at any stage of life can come and solve any challenge, amplify their strengths, and ultimately help them become who they were meant to be, or in other words, conquer their dyslexia? That is the question, and this show is the answer. My name's Theo Goff, and welcome to the Conquering Dyslexia podcast. Hi guys, what's happening? I hope we're doing good. I hope we're doing alright. Today I want to talk to us about kind of where the future of dyslexia is going and the help out there for us individuals who are not only dyslexic but are neurodiverse. Who basically, what neurodiverse, if you don't know, means basically neuro meaning the brain and diverse meaning the brain is very diverse. Yeah, neurodiverse. Neurotypical, the brain is very typical, the brain is very diverse. ADHD, autism, dyslexia and many other things are considered neurodiverse. It means when your brain is slightly differently than everyone else. And I for one, I quite like the term neurodiverse. It's accurate and it's true. It's accurate, true, same thing. It's accurate and it's positive. It shows everything on the same scale. Because someone will be called neurodiverse because they're just not different enough to be called anything else. But once you're different enough to be called something else, like dyslexia, like ADHD, like autism, like dyslexia, no, not dyslexia, like dyspraxia, dyscalculia, all the disses. It means you're just a different way on the neurodiverse spectrum. And today I want to talk about basically if you want help out there. I talk to a few people that I know and I speak to, and I feel like they're making such a positive change out there. And I know there's so many other people out there that are doing that. And guess what the good news is? Because as this world is developing, as this world is changing, us dyslexics will have more and more advantage in this world, and especially when it comes to this thing, what I think with this thing called social media, especially when it comes to, when I say the word social media, basically it's the wrong word, especially when it comes to this thing when it's, you are creating, like if you want to create something or do something, you can do it. There's less and less barriers for it now. Like building a website, I can build a website in 2 seconds. A small website, but I can build a website in 2 seconds now because of certain things that are out there. I can create the podcast all by myself, film it, edit it, publish it, after maybe 10-15 minutes after I do the video, and all these things. And the barriers of entry, the barriers of being able to create and publish your own stuff, YouTube or social media, the barriers to learn what you want, the barriers to speak to people in certain areas are getting less and less. Oh, I can't speak to people, I can't type. Then use voice messages. I don't want to use voice messages because I feel embarrassed. Well, then work on your confidence to get better, and then you can do it. And then you can do the voice messages, do things. And I want to talk to us today about the barriers that are holding us back, and kind of where to go. Because if you think about it, let's say a dyslexic person nowadays, if they're quite young, they found out somewhere in schooling, and they don't feel too good about themselves. They don't feel too good about themselves. Feel like something's wrong. Feel like something's stupid with them. The school system. Yes, he's dyslexic. Yes, we're giving him what we have to, but yet there's no real role model, that real empowering role model. That's what's there. That's what's there for this dyslexic person to have and to latch onto, and for them to grow. And this world, for example, if you just look on, you can look for YouTube to find empowering videos about dyslexia. can look on podcasts to find empowering videos about dyslexia. You can find Facebook groups, empowering stuff about dyslexia. You can find stuff out there with a flick of your fingers to show you proof about what is possible, proof about what can happen. Okay? And it's so incredible the power we have in our fingertips. And if you take responsibility over this power, because I don't know who you are, your situation, I would imagine you have dyslexia, or you know someone who has, like a child, someone who has dyslexia. Guess what you can do? You can type right now, it says, to type in the words dyslexic advantage onto YouTube and watch a 30-minute video about someone explaining about this book that's out there called Dyslexia Advantage, about why dyslexia is such a gift. If you want to say, okay, how can I improve my confidence? It's a YouTube search or a Google search away for starting you on this journey. It's so simple. But here's where everyone marks up. Here's where the stats of dyslexia will still skew with, meaning more people fall in the trap of not believing themselves, and they're not finding the right strategy that helps them, and they're not improving their dyslexia. And you mean they're not having a job, they're not doing things. And what thing stops them isn't the fact they don't have a strategy, isn't the fact that they haven't, I didn't have a good schooling, didn't find out they're dyslexic till late. What stops them? Ultimately, what stops them is their beliefs. This is ultimately what stops them, is that they believe that dyslexia is something that limits them. They believe that dyslexia is something that stops them. It doesn't. Dyslexia doesn't stop you. Dyslexia doesn't stop you in any way. You do that. I'm being truthful here. I don't want to spit out the same stuff that I always say, or stuff that you always hear, or yes, I know. But I really want to speak to you honestly, what's stopping you is the things you say to yourself about why you can't have it. And once you get rid of that idea, you can understand new things, you can find new opportunities, you can look around the problem instead of saying, oh, I can't do it because of this big thing here. If you just say, okay, I can't do this, but what can I do? Okay, this is hard, but how can I find a way of working around it? Because every problem is solvable. And the great news is about all this dyslexic help out there, and there could be things like assistive technology to help you read, to help you write, to help you with the challenges there is. And there's strategies you can face, like mind mapping, like doing things to keep your mind in order, for you to remember stuff, for you to do certain stuff. And it's about taking responsibility over the habits you have in the environment and doing all these different things to empower you, to make you stronger. But what the biggest thing is you have to understand is that all this game is down to you. This game is down to you to improve it. Yes, it's challenging. Yes, you don't know answers, but I promise you the answers are out there. Yes, it's hard, but the determining factor, whether you're going to conquer your dyslexia or not, is whether you work yourself hard enough to improve it, whether you get rid of this limiting belief. Because the worst thing about dyslexia is what you believe about dyslexia. And so where's this world going? Dyslexia, well, firstly, it's going to turn more and more into an advantage. Why? Because our world is turning more and more into creatives, more and more into people that can think differently, come up with ideas to problems, to create certain things. The world is becoming less and less fitting in a box, so you can do that while in some job. And I'm sure if you want to do that in life, you would look and you see so many opportunities out there for you to be fit into a box and say why it's not working. But there's so much out there to make you see all the opportunities out there for you. So there's so much out there for you to actually use your gifts, use your skills. And of course, it's not the well-trodden path that people go down, your parents have gone down. This is the new path because it's a new generation. The world is changing so fast. And because of these dyslexics, be able to create things, be able to go out there and really do what they want, and having very little that stops them, very little that gets in their way, this means that there's going to be more and more help, more and more support out there for you in the future. That's what it means. 5 years from now, there's going to be so many more companies started, there'll be so many more things, there'll be so many more charities, there's so many more non-funded organisations want to do well to help people who are neurodiverse. Because guess who created them? Neurodiverse people. Because that's how they have to think and grow. And it's just like, I'll be honest with you, there's a lot of people out there, a lot of famous people, there's a lot of people who, CEOs, great people who know that they have struggled reading and writing. A lot of them may know they're dyslexic. They're terrified to tell people. They only tell their inner circle and never may do it publicly, because they think if people know this, they'll think of me less than, or think of me worse than. But over the years, people are going to change. But that my idea is going to change over the years. I mean, more and more stuff to help you. So I want to mention two things right now. Two organisations, two people out there that are really making a good difference. And one of them is a thing called Adult Dyslexia Group. Global Dyslexia Group, that's it. Global Dyslexia Group. And it's started by two people. But basically it's been growing over the months and months. And basically it's for adults to really thrive in the workplace, to come together in the community and really thrive into the workplace. You can do really well. And I think it's a monthly live thing. It's also another thing I want to mention. This is a bloke called Trevor. I don't know his second name. Basically, he does this weekly lives on Sunday at 9:30 p.m. I can't be there because it's too late for me. But it's 9:30 p.m. And he just goes on live. Loads of people that are neurodiverse, dyslexic, whatever. He just chats. He uses a thing called Toastmasters, where it's like a group of people. So he's used to how to manage a group of people, and he just chats and he does these activities, has these tasks, and it's so beautiful. Someone starting this, you don't have to pay to enter, just enter, and it's growing and it's incredible. It's something that we need to see a lot more of, and I really want to do that, and I would love to take part. And so Global Dyslexia Group is kind of like for that, but it's a lot bigger and it's a lot more kind of get good speakers on it. It's kind of like, I think pay for it, but whatever. And then the second thing I'll talk about, there's a company called Exceptional Individuals. Now I just got off the phone with them, and they're a really cool company, and they're basically, I haven't had anyone else like them, and nor have anyone else. They're basically a recruitment service for kids, 18, 19, 17, to go to them saying, I'm lost, I'm worried about this, I'm worried about that, or I don't have to get a job, this world is hard. So they get into this Exceptional Individuals, and they find a job. These Exceptional Individuals teach them about, okay, what is their neurodiversity, and they find the avenue to help them find their job, and it's so beautiful. And they'll be on, just to let you know, guys, I'm having a little summit in a couple months' time. It's the exciting news that's happening. So I think they'll be on there. It'll be so cool. Anyway, guys, I hope we got some value from this. And to give you a bit more value, I want you to going forward with a belief, saying that there is a solution out there to all of my problems. There's always a solution out there to all of my problems. But it's your ability to go out there and find the solution that matters. Because if you're not looking for their help, guess what? It won't come. And if someone's trying to give you their help and you're not ready or you're not looking for it, you won't accept it. So you have to start taking initiative. Start having a little bit of belief or a little bit of faith or a little bit of courage to go out there and start finding the help. Alright guys, take care, farewell and bye.